massive crowds have been braving the sweltering heat, packing into Churchill Downs for this Thursday before the Derby, called Derby, of course. We're following the third biggest day in racing in America. Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us. I'm Doug Prophet. Imagine what it's like to be at Churchill today, Connie.
Sweaty. I'm Connie Leonard. These larger crowds are having to deal with some of the hottest temperatures, yes, that we have seen this year. WHAS1 reporter Taylor Woods and senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton are down at Churchill Downs right now. So, Taylor, how are people dealing with this heat?
Well, Connie, absolutely. This is one of the hottest days this week, but take a look at this crowd. Everyone is taking in the views at the new paddock area, and although it may be hot, fans are not letting the scorching heat take away from their fancy outfits. And horse racing fans I talk to tell me they're just trying to keep cool with any drink that they see. Derby is here, and horse racing fans are ready for the fun.
Go, baby, go! Yeah.
From the fashion to the heat, Kurt and Michelle Gold are happy to enjoy Derby for the second time.
A little warmer.
It's a little warm, but we're from Austin, Texas. This is kind of nothing to us.
When it comes to horse betting, Kurt has learned to keep quiet after he won $7,000 on his only bet last year, and he's keeping his word this year.
I can't tell you that. The odds will change.
The scorching temperatures this year are keeping everyone on their toes with fans in their hands.
Right now we're drinking lilies to beat the heat.
While alcohol might be a preference for some, Dominic Morales with Norton Sports Health recommends tons of water
rather than alcohol, but just know that the more alcohol you drink, the more dehydrated you're getting.
First aid centers are located across the track. Morales hopes fans are taking every advice seriously.
Go inside in the AC routinely, maybe 15 minutes out in the sun, 15 minutes, inside.
Vivian Jackson and her 3 sister friends are also doing everything they can to keep cool.
Well, we just got here, but we're trying to get under the shade right here. That's how we're going to beat it.
As far as horse betting, Sierra Leone seems to be a favorite among most fans I talk to.
We saw it a couple weeks ago at Keeneland, and it just looked like the best horse around, so that's why I like it.
Plus, our son likes the colors, so that helps.
As they look forward to cashing in their bets.
We're back, baby.
And if you're coming out here, just make sure you hydrate and drink lots of water. Reporting live at Churchill Downs, Taylor Woods, WHAS11 on your side.
All right, Taylor, thank you very much.
And during the second race today, 2 horses fell and their jockeys were unseated. Territorial clipped an outside horse's hind heel and fell, throwing jockey Irving Makonda. Vostra struck another horse and lost jockey Emmanuel Giles. A track spokesperson says both loose horses were corralled by outriders and walked back to their barns. The 2 jockeys were taken to the hospital for further evaluation. And if you're heading to the track over the next few days, here's a reminder of the transportation and parking situation. Central Avenue next to Churchill Downs is now closed through Saturday. You can see other road closures near the track on this map. Paid parking starts today at L&N Federal Credit Union Stadium. You can park there and walk to Churchill Downs, or you can park at the Kentucky Expo Center and get a shuttle to the track. This option is free and included with your ticket. Those shuttles will start running on Oaks and Derby Day at 7:30 in the morning.
Also happening today, the Kentucky Oaks field got a shakeup this morning as Tapit Janali scratched from the 150th Kentucky Oaks race coming tomorrow evening. Tapit Janali is owned by Willis Horton Racing of Arkansas. The filly's trainer, Eddie Milligan Jr., says she has a slight injury on her back end. He first noticed something was off of a few days ago, but the situation did not clear up, and they're going to try to give Tapit Janali a little break and some rest. That means our pretty woman now moves into the 14-horse field for the Kentucky Oaks. She's owned by Cortland Farm and trained by Steve Asmussen, who has Track Phantom in the Kentucky Derby. Asmussen is one of the winningest trainers in North America, but has not won the Kentucky Oaks since 2014. When asked if he was hoping a horse would drop out, this is what he had to say.
Well, I think that you just prepare to run, and those things handle themselves, and if it's meant to be, you'll be in there. And that is how it plays out every year.
And there you have it. Our pretty woman is running at 15-1 odds.
After a tough and sad spring meet last year, when a dozen horses died at Churchill Downs, safety at the track is a sure bet. According to Churchill, tests on the track surface have shown no problems. Churchill has also invested in new equipment as well as added more than 2,000 tons of new dirt to give the horses the right cushion for racing. Meanwhile, the National Thoroughbred Racing Association says it has donated millions to improve and promote safety at the track. That includes supporting technologies such as StrideSafe, which analyzes a horse's movement for issues, as well as PET scans, which can detect a potential problem before it becomes an injury. NTRA's campaign called Safety Runs First strives to highlight all that's being done to help protect horses and their riders.
And if people see that, regardless, they'll know that it's not just reckless behavior, that accidents, if they may happen, aren't because we're not trying to do everything that we can to make the sport safe.
Well, coming up at 6, Focus investigator John Charlton revisits last year's tragedies at the track and gives us an on-track look at all that's being done to try to prevent a repeat of the spring meet last year.
My heart will be pounding out of my chest. I'll be thinking, please, God, just give him a clear shot when they turn for home.
New tonight on this Thursday, our lifelong horse bettor is putting down his biggest bet for Saturday's Derby 3 days ahead of the worldwide spectacle. In fact, it's enough for a car or a down payment on a house.
Sure is. The payout would be huge, and it's all riding on one horse. WHAS 11's Ian Hardwitt and photojournalist Jessica Farley see what the stakes are.
Everybody happy? We're happy. Happy Derby!
Spirits are high the Thursday before Derby. So we asked, how high are the stakes?
Probably $100. $50.
$10. But we're here to see a bet so outrageous, it can't be made on the ground floor. What's that magic number?
Two, Ian.
2 with a few zeros.
Oh, hell no.
$21,000.
No, I could not do that.
Spread over 5 wager tickets.
Do I feel like I'm poor? I've been poor all my life. So no.
Bobby Radcliffe, his son BJ, and the father of a Derby favorite horse owner are all in on Sierra Leone for the world's biggest horse race on Saturday.
You need a little luck from the Derby guys on Derby Day, so we're just hoping we have that.
A little luck could lead to a big payout.
With that much money, if I take $20,000 and try to make $100, it's going to take me a year. I could do it in 2 minutes.
With the greatest 2 minutes in sports on the way and over $20,000 on their second post pick, they really hope 2 is the magic number. At Churchill Downs, Ian Hardwitt, WHAS 11, on your side.
Well, we wish them luck. The Radcliffes tell us that they will spend the money on a horse if they win.
But they're also going to keep a little cash aside for themselves, about $10,000 if the race goes their way. Good luck to them, and hopefully the mortgage payment will get covered. Well, if you're looking to place your own bet this weekend, we're sharing what a Churchill Downs betting expert says you should look out for. That story's all new, coming up right here at 5:30.
And starting tomorrow afternoon, we're all live from the Kentucky Derby Museum for the Kentucky Oaks. Join us from 3 until 6:30.
Then we're back at it for the big morning on WHAS 11 Derby 150, Derby Saturday. Join us at 6 a.m. for our special. We call it the greatest 2 minutes. It'll get you in the Derby spirit. Then at 7, join us for our live traditional coverage beginning from the Derby Museum. And from 10 to noon, the Great Day Live crew is live, joining you from the 45th Farmington Derby Breakfast. That's been around a while, Connie.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've had to cover it over the years. It is a tradition. Everybody goes to the track afterwards.
A great event. All right, now, Doug, we are taking a live look outside. I'll tell you, I was at the track this morning, and it was hot then.
It was, and hot at 11 o'clock last night. And now it's going to change again. And how many hours away are we away from the rain now, Alden?
Oh, we'll wake up to it tomorrow morning for our morning commute if you do have to go into work. But thankfully, no severe weather will be around for us. But temperatures going to stay, actually temperatures are going to be much cooler for tomorrow. But for the rest of tonight, they're going to stay pretty warm. We're near 90 degrees at the moment here at Ollie International Airport. It is at 90 degrees in the heart of downtown, 88 in St. Matthews and in Crestwood. Now, what's maybe kept our temperatures from officially reaching 90 degrees are some of these high clouds around, which are also telling us that rain is on the way for Oaks Day tomorrow. So here's a look at that Oaks and Derby forecast. We're near 90 today, but tomorrow tomorrow will be near only 74 degrees. So we're going to lose almost 16 degrees off of our temperatures, but plan on rain if you're going to be out there. Now for Saturday, for Derby Day, we have seen some changes and we could have a couple of isolated pop-up downpours in the afternoon. I'll preview ahead of whether or not we expect that to have any impact on the Derby race itself. But here's that Oaks Day race planner. Notice temperatures don't cool off very much tomorrow morning, only in the upper 60s, but it's going to be comfortable in the mid to late afternoon when we see that rain beginning to come to a close. And by post time, or rather after post time, temperatures will start to cool off into the lower 70s. So this is a very active weather pattern that's on the way. I'll show you the wet weather expected next week coming up.
All right. Thank you very much, Alden.
Well, a new search warrant in the Jamie Knoll case today showed police are searching the phone of current Clark County Deputy Auditor.
This story seems to never end. Knoll is currently in the Scott County, Indiana jail, awaiting a pretrial hearing on Monday in his theft and tax evasion case. Our Focus reporter Travis Breeze is joining us here now in the studio. And Travis, how is the Chief Deputy Auditor involved in this case now?
Well, Doug, it appears that Jessica Huffman at least traded some text messages with Jamie Knoll related to Bradley Kramer's pension. Bradley Kramer is Jamie Knoll's brother-in-law, and police have alleged that Jamie Knoll helped alter documents to make Kramer eligible for a pension. Huffman is not charged with anything, but police think the messages on her phone will shed some light on the alleged pension scheme.
According to current leadership at the sheriff's office, Bradley Kramer was made jail matron in 2018. That's a position historically held by the sheriff's wife and is responsible for the care of female inmates and human resources in the jail. Indiana State Police have previously said Knoll helped alter a document to say Kramer took the position in 2015, making him eligible for a merit pension. In a new search warrant Thursday, Kramer says this was done without his knowledge. It also says when Assistant Chief Mark Grube asked Deputy Auditor Jessica Huffman about the situation, she alerted Jamie Knoll over text. Huffman said she was trying to do her own investigation. She initially denied letting police search her phone, but accepted after speaking to an attorney. When police did an initial sweep of the phone, they found evidence of a 3-year relationship between Huffman and Knoll that included going to Cincinnati Reds games, going out for drinks, and talking about the investigation.
Huffman's attorney said that she has no comment on today's developments. Neither Kramer nor Huffman are charged with any crime at the moment. The official sheriff's office records show that Kramer was the jail matron only for part of 2018. In the studio, Travis Breeze, WHAS 11 on your side.